And y'all know how I do. I just go live. This is Volo thing. The echo is on. Let me cut the echo off. Much better, much better. This is Volo thing. Maldu's tautology, aka Chucky Biblical, aka y'all know the routine. Well, actually, y'all probably don't, because I've been losing subscribers. Hey, it is what it is. You know, all I can do is come on, grab the microphone, spit my thoughts, and if you resonate with it, you would subscribe, hit the like button, and join me on this journey in cyberspace, because that's where we do these things, I guess. And then Aaron, I start saying, well, right now I'm Volo, and I start speaking in third person, like I'm a part of the movement that's trying to find themselves. Now I know exactly who I am and what's going on in the world, and I'm just enjoying it. I am a '70s baby, so I am that original hip hop, and find myself 50 years later, and now it's like, let me take my time, enjoy hopefully the next 50, and keep it going. Right now, yes, word is out, Volo. My older brother passed away last week, so Volo has been mourning and praying for my family, because they need my prayers right now, and all we can do is just keep moving and reaching that end goal in life. So I've been playing what's this here? Animal Crossing. Helps to relieve the stress of the world, because I do got a million other things going on. Everybody wants to be fighting in the world, and it's like, that's why I'm really not participating in it. I just sit back and watch y'all argue over left or right, and it is the most ignorant everything I've seen in my life. Like, why are you existing on one number line, with the illusion of that number line? Y'all can control the number line when it's God's time. Like, if it's God's timeline, all you can do is really enjoy the ride. We think we can make choices, and making the best choice, and I mean, you can make the best choice and then make that right, and then a 14-wheeler truck driven by an illegal immigrant runs you over. It's like that. That's how life is. And yes, we can facetiously sit on the side and say that's why we shouldn't let all these illegals come up in here and get illegal driver's license and be driving trucks and stuff, and we can change that one point in time when dumbass, and I say it just like that because he is, Joe Biden, just, I'm gonna open up the borders, and it was like, dude, nah, you shouldn't have did that. But we all knew he was going to do it. Those that's in the know, like, knew that he was going to do that. And I was saying it back in 2020, like, y'all know what he's about to do, right? He's about to open the borders. And it's like, nah, like, even Trump was telling y'all, this idiot's about to open up the border, and y'all really not understanding the consequences of that. So we're still living in the consequences of that, and that's why it's kind of completely idiotic that they marching, and Maxine Waters is marching in California talking about some no more walls, no more borders, and it's like, auntie, sit your ass down, you're completely off code. Right now, foundational Black Americans are just relaxing and waiting until The job market gets better because it's getting better. They want me to come back to work at Walmart, for example, and it's like, y'all bugging, right? Because I physically can't do it right now. Yes, Rolo has some health issues that I need to work on, and I'm trying to get my health back. Mentally, like I said, my brother just passed, so I'm trying to be with my family right now, and I mean, I physically, it's hard to get time to get with them with my poor eyesight going on, and my health issues and things of that nature. But I'm doing 50 in the crib, get big, get big. I am trying to get that little exercise that I can in. I'm cooking and eating better food right now. I went and got an air fryer. Shout out to Mike G. And I'm saying that to Mike G because Mike, the last time I rapped to Mike, and Dean and Claude and everybody, like Bird Gang, Nicole, Claude's wife, uh, somebody else's. What's her daughter was there. So it was hanging out with some friends. We was celebrating the life of Robin, a friend of ours that another untimely, and it's and yes, I am, the result of opening the borders, but God intended for that to happen so that we know, don't just open your borders like that. That's dumb. Instead, continue to try to do what we're doing is help the other nations, but we can't completely help the whole world and protect our borders and rebuild our country. Like we got a lot of rebuilding to do in our country too. So um, I guess this is a Volo sermon, but I'm really preaching politics, and I'm gonna share a little politics with y'all. I know it's you shouldn't share politics in this life, but it's not me. It's gonna be the kids because I've been following a lot of young YouTubers that's making great content. One that I've been shouting out shout every day is Water God TV, and then it's people like myself, Tim Black, Professor Black Truth, Tariq Nasheed. We're all about, we're all Generation X. Uh, what's his name? Jason Black. We're all Jason Black might be actually be younger, I think. But we're all Generation X. Dennis Sperling. We're Generation X kids. I say 1960 to 1979. We're born in that time frame, that 20-year interval, and it's been our turn to be the leaders. So that includes Barack Obama. That's why I've been kind of adamant about Barack. You was the president. You were Generation X. It's over. Shut up. Because you're still trying to front for a political party that's really completely gone. Like it's more to it than just I'm gonna be left to his right. Like it's more to it than that. Um, you need at least three colors in order to paint a rainbow, for one. And therein we'll start getting to the mathematics of color theory, and that's kind of what my specialty is with building these channels or these content that I'm creating. I've been talking about game theory, group theory, and color theory. It's just that color theory is a little difficult to explain because now you're dealing with abstract ideas like emotions, and whether or not an emotion is intelligent or ignorant, sometimes get lost in the same left or right rhetoric or east or west rhetoric. Right? It's more to it than just east or west. It's north and south. You need at least four directions, four colors, to paint the whole picture, and that's why yeah, you can say Republican red, Democrat blue all day, but our country is red, white, and blue, and if the white is the popular, you know, party, like that third party, that independent party, that's actually us, the people. Um, It's just that we're so caught up in white being the evil, when we're trying to say is hip hop. Shout out to Karis One, like the teachers always, where he says we should look at white as being purity. We should look at black as being eternal. Like give these different emotions. Get that typical, white is goody two shoes. Yes, that's purity a little bit. But then when we get into the black is evil, black is dark, black is and dark meaning a bad person, and we keep pushing that idea instead of God being eternal. And what is the fundamental definition of God when it comes to theological, not identity. I'm I'm rambling a little bit. Let me stop right there. So let me get out this. Let me come out of there. I'm show y'all that this is live, and direct. How much time was that? 11 minutes. Perfect. So I think his video is like 10 minutes. So I'm gonna share it in the upper left hand corner, and it's just him. Well, let me do this first. So I can't see the screen too well, so you gotta bear with me. But as you can see, it's a festival day on my island, everybody's island who's playing this game. So happy festival day to all my Animal Crossing players. I am going to share some more. Yeah, the price of my turnips was $130, $35 or something like that. So it might be good in the morning. So y'all might pop on in the morning and open my doors for whoever bought turnips this week to try to make a little bit of some bells. If not, I'll be looking for an island that I can go to try to make some bells. So that's usually how it goes. But yeah, let me add this video to the. Let me how I do this. I think this is it. So, and then I need my other remote. See if I can find my other remote. Got a lot going on, and yeah, I'm not planning to stand on here too long. I just wanted to share this just to show that the kids, like when I turned 18, I registered to vote, but I didn't go out and vote until I graduated high school, college. I meant to say, I ain't gonna ask for no out of town ballot, and I wasn't going to register to vote in my college town. I just figured I'd just take my time with it, and then once I graduate, then I'll and then I came back, and that's when I started getting hit up for jury duty and things of that nature. It's like I got to really do all that, I wasn't ready then. It wasn't until I finally got my position as manager of a retail store, CVS, whatever. And that's when I was like, okay, now I can be a part of the community. And that's when they, did me dirty. Same thing happened to Rite Aid. I was already in the system and I was already voting. And I originally registered independent. I never registered Democrat or Republican. So I didn't vote in the preliminaries. Only voted in the general elections. And even then, a lot of times it was just like flip a coin or, out of spite or, or try to help out a third party candidate like Baraka Ajamu and Jill Stein. Jill Stein was running for president in 2016. So that's who I voted for. So by 2020, Trump was already the president. I didn't care if Trump stays being the president. So it was like, why should I vote for Biden when I knew Biden was going to just open the doors like an idiot? And we see the results of that. And people still want to act like, well, we need to forgive him for that. No. God intended that to happen. We are. I mean, it's just Biden need to shut up. You know what I mean? And the same with Obama and Kamala, because they refuse to denounce how ignorant it was just to open up our borders like that and just let any old immigrant in here. And then people get upset when we call them aliens because when they're illegal. Uh, that's ignorant within itself. So, but I've rambled long enough. Let me see if I can get this video started. Um, just to share something different. And so there's his information. Let me see if I can open that up a little bit. I got one viewer. This is Mr. L. Boyd. Mr. L. Boyd reacts. So as you can see, he has a lot of followers. He has over 1 million followers. Now, what I did notice is that this particular video, he does reaction videos. And this particular video didn't do well as far as his number of views because it's political. So then you ask, well, how did he grow his channel? And most Pan-Africanists is who we're kind of getting on. Me being a foundational Black American, I've been getting on a lot of Pan-Africanists because they're going to point at him and say that he's MAGA, he's supporting Trump, he's the traitor, when he actually grew off of, I think, doing reaction videos to what's his name? What's the rapper's name? Oh geez, my bad. Eminem. So he does reaction videos to Eminem's lyrics. And I'm like, yo, because I have kind of reaction videos to Common, Big Daddy Kane, Terrorist One, Rakim, because I'm always repeating their lyrics and stuff. I do want to get into more Killer Priests. But when we dealing with those type of underground lyrics, where we talking about the greatness of our God, people get scared, and it's like, yo, God is love. Why are you afraid of love? That's one thing we shouldn't be afraid of is love, right? It's weird to me, like, you know what I mean? You shouldn't be afraid of heat. So why are you afraid of love? And there it is. So I think he grew his channel from the Eminems is like, yeah, Eminem has a lot of white followers. So here's a guy that made videos reacting to Eminem's lyrics, and then coming back to those followers following him. So now him talking bad about, well, he's not talking bad, he's doing a reactionary video to Philadelphia, which is where I'm from, Congress, the city Congress, and just the reaction to the ignorance that's about to go on in these little clips that he put together. So let me share this real quick with y'all. Fair use by the 76 copyright. And I'm gonna put a link in the description area because I subscribe to his channel, as you can see. And he's on my list too, just like Water God TV, just like all the other foundational Black American channels that I'm friends with. I go in their channels, I check out their live cast, I hit the like button, and becoming a part of their network. And I'm seeing where they're trying to put together a schedule where I don't want to conflict with Tariq Nasheed, for example. I don't want to conflict with Dennis Sperling or whoever, like, you know what I mean? And I want to share their content instead of sharing, whoever. Just grab a name out the hat, and y'all know who they are by now. What's his name? Al Sharpton. Or Stephen A. Smith, I mean, those very hypocritical. Stephen A. Smith is a baby. I mean, he's not a baby boomer. He's a Generation X like myself, and it's he's it is what it is. He's a brown noser, but I still love him. But he got his issues. But Pan Africanists are pointing at him and saying that he's an extremist. Black extremists now, and it's like, come on, we got to stop that. We definitely do, and just start telling the truth. So that's enough. I rambled long enough.
office for the past 70 years.
Good morning. I'm Lynn Landis of SafeStreetsPhilly.org and Philly's Republican Network. The anti-ICE resolution proposed today is a blatant reversal of the facts. It is not ICE agents, illegal aliens, anti-ICE activists, and Democratic officials who have, quote, engaged and continue to engage in lawless, cruel, and unconstitutional activities, unquote. It is Democratic officials who continue to encourage anti-ICE activists to stalk, harass, and obstruct ICE agents. Can you imagine treating our own police this way? Of course, many people feel badly for the millions of illegal aliens who now live in fear of being caught by ICE. But whose fault is that? Well, it's theirs for knowingly violating our immigration laws, but it's also Democratic officials who entice them here to so-called sanctuary cities and states, and then spend billions of taxpayers' dollars incentivizing them to stay. And despite all of that, the Trump administration has offered to pay nonviolent illegal aliens to return home. That is not cruel or heartless. That's bending over backwards to sensibly solve a national catastrophe that Democratic officials themselves have created. Unfortunately, I believe that what sponsors of this resolution really want are open borders, ICE out, illegals in. And that would lead to an endless invasion, insurrection.
Ms. Lynn Landis, just real quick, and you know I welcome all public comment, but we don't use the word aliens in this body. And so you can say immigrants, but we don't use aliens. So you can have your opinion, but we don't use aliens in this body.
That's your opinion?
Please proceed.
Are you saying that I cannot use the word aliens?
I just said we don't use aliens. Please proceed. Please proceed, man.
Get this man out of office immediately.
Yes, get him out of office.
What is this? I mean, is it a true statement or is it a lie here, guys? I mean, you're treating the word like it's a literal derogatory term here. It is not here, guys. I mean, it is an illegal alien. Alien meaning not from here, right? Guys, the virtue signaling, in fact, is absolutely pitiful here. You could definitely see as the woman was basically speaking, there was another person that was incredibly offended at what was being said here. And I think she honestly, truthfully, had the exact appearance that I would have most likely suspected. I mean, sometimes it's kind of written all over your face.
So, okay.
Please proceed, Ms. Landis.
Yes. But it appears that the anti-ICE movement is really all about. That's what it's really all about. And they will succeed if average Americans fail to fight for our democracy. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Landis.
Good afternoon. My name is Sheila Armstrong.
The word alien
Some of y'all know
offended
me, some of
people.
y'all don't. I have to be honest that I'm really not happy to be here today because of the fact that I have to be honest that I'm not happy to be here today because of what God had put on my heart to say today. I really tried to stay in my lane. I created Cooking for Autism so I could do my advocacy work in peace and mind my own business and just help the people that I like to help because I don't do politics. I don't like politics, and y'all know this.
Fair use, fair use.
God put on my heart a warning that is
For educational purposes.
6:5.
Hit that like button. Subscribe.
The message is, woe to you, elected officials of the law. You are hypocrites. Woe to you that organize on the backs of parents and students of the Philly School District, but yet more schools are closing. Woe to you that supported the plastic bag ban, but manufacturers are using plastic for everything. That hardship of people paying for bags to take their grocery home.
Yeah, guys, this is nothing more than virtue signaling. That's it.
Woe to you that's supported the resign and run legislation, but now trying to change it because it now affects you. Woe to you that shot one Philly, but villainize those that disagree with you. Woe to you that claims to be representations of God, but support legislation that is against him. Woe to you that says you support women and talk bad about any woman that stands against you or whatever your policies or anything that you're doing. Woe to you that work for a special interest group that donated to your campaign, but leave the rest of us people out here desperately searching for
Virtual
hope from
signaling,
somewhere.
meaning she's being
Woe to
facetious.
you that continually they say the ice out, because in these streets it's being interpreted as illegal immigrants is in, and that this council cares more about illegal immigrant than the American citizens in this city. Woe to you, elected officials, hypocrites.
And to be honest, that's kind of exactly what it sounds like listening to kind of the room here. So basically, when you guys get this here, I would have already have watched like all of the media stuff. Let's just say this here. I'm going to go ahead and deliver you guys like the best of them here. Let's just say this here. There's a gigantic amount of sass in the room. Right? There's a gigantic amount of victimization in this room. There's a gigantic amount of empathy without the idea of actual logic here. Let's just say this here. There's a gigantic amount of let's disregard our country for the sake of people who have never paid into our tax bill. Let's just say this here. There's a gigantic amount of this in the city council meeting, guys. All right. If you guys want to watch it, obviously I'll go ahead and leave the link for you guys in the description. But I'll tell you this right now. I'm gonna deliver the best parts. Let's just say.
My name is John McCauley. I'm with a grassroots organization.
Thank you for giving us the best parts.
We're here to give something different to Philadelphia, something that y'all are not used to because you've been voting Democrat for the mayor's office for the past 70 years. It's not MAGA who's doing all of the carjacking and the shootings. When we talk about ICE, when 78 million people, 7 swing states, including Pennsylvania, we voted for this. We voted for this. We gave a mandate. So I want to sit here and tell U.S. Senator John Fetterman, U.S. Senator Dave McCormick to vote yes and support H.R. 7147. I sit here in disgust as I watch Kendra Brooks, Jamie Gutierrez hold up pictures of a domestic terrorist, Renee Good. I've never seen her put up a picture of Dakara Thompson, a 19-year-old who was and murdered by an illegal alien and thrown over a bridge. I never seen her put up a picture of Lincoln Riley, who was murdered. I never seen her put up a picture of Larisha Thompson, a mother. I named 2 black women, by the way. And y'all sit here and pander to white liberal women like Renee Good.
Could you speak on the resolution?
I'm speaking on all of it. It's my first amendment right. I'm speaking. It all goes hand in hand.
Because
we funded to deport 20, we wanted a fund to deport 20 million illegal aliens that was imported in here by the Biden and Harris administration with the help of the cartels. So why don't y'all stand up for Americans for once? Because America comes first.
Bro, they cut his mic.
Yeah, they cut his mic.
They just cut his mic.
Cut the mic.
Oh my God! Of course he did. Of course they did, guys. Understand this here. This guy right here on I have no idea who this man is, right? But I don't like him.
Vote him out.
To be completely honest here, just I'm checking out his vibe. He kind of represents every single thing that is wrong with the country. I'm telling you this here.
To FBA.
Speaking, clap that man up. Maybe he needs to be in the position where that guy is currently. I think that's probably going to be the smartest play kind of going forward here. We need to go ahead and get these people out of office, bro. This is not it. Every single time we've heard him basically interrupt within these, bro, we're at the 2-hour mark right now. Understand this here. Every single time I've heard this man interrupt, it has always been to say something that represented some type of virtue signal, okay? So if there was a class or a group of people that were basically being called out for again, the empathy without logic ideology, if that makes any sense here, he would basically step in and basically trample over, someone else's speech here. This guy is pitiful, completely pitiful. He represents nothing but the idea of virtue signaling, and that is it here. This guy that was just standing up here, clap that man up. I mean this here to the depth of me. Give this man a position of power in this place here, and get rid of this guy. All right. And to be honest, listening to how a good amount of the people have been speaking since this video has started here, I don't know if like a extremely progressive Democrat would win this place. But listen, guys, if you guys are new here, please like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments if you guys want to see any more of this type of thing here, guys. But this is a frustrating video, bro. I'm just glad that there's some.
So The moral to the story is, like I've been saying, I've been working in a lot of underground places this past 4 years, and that last gentleman is exactly how the youth feels when it comes to politics. Um, I mean, a lot of them was nine. I can't go vote for Kamala. I'm sitting this one out. Those that were closer to my age that was bold like me, I listen. I I took a shot of VO before I voted. Like staying with Trump. Right? We are bold enough to vote out of spite, because that's basically what I did with Obama. Was to vote out of spite of how blacks are treated in this country, especially when we start coming together. That's what desegregation actually is. When we start segregating together, it's foundational Black Americans that are separate them, right? You're not allowed to practice a group theory. You're not allowed to talk about game theory as a group. Other groups are. They come over here. The Somalians come over here. They start grouping together with other Somalians. We are the main people that are not. I wanted to mute that. So, it's running a video, and let me hit this here. So, hey, that was fun. Hope y'all enjoyed that. Trying to see what I can do here. I gotta hit this here. See, and I'm learning. Like, I'm learning how to set my stuff up, and I'm check out how it works and how it looks. Hey, let me cut some music on. Yeah, see, I can do music and everything now. So I'm setting up the studio. I'm getting better at it. See, I did the overlay. Coming to you live from the island. And hope y'all enjoyed this little presentation, this quick wrap. I gave y'all 32 minutes, perfect. I'm gonna work my way up to some kind of 2-hour thing with the live streams. I'm still recording, and then I'm gonna do some post production. I got the iMac on, but I gotta, I need more things and gadgets and stuff to really start putting things together. But one thing at a time. I'm hoping I might be able to. I'm looking at my birthday to get myself. I want a nice iPad, but I also got to make sure I got to get my health together first. So it's one thing at a time. If you enjoyed this little presentation, I know it's political, and because I'd rather Tamagotchi Life comes out for my birthday, so that's the game that I want to. It's another game, but I've been playing a lot of Dragon Quest. So I might do a video on Dragon Quest, a little bit of education on that, and Dungeons and Dragons, and what does it mean to those times or whatever of Dungeons and Dragons and the adventuring and all that stuff. But these times of no more ML Kings is very stupid. Like, why are we even marching and saying that? That's dumb. Like, what I mean? And then this women getting mad. It's like, you're not a queen. Like, what I mean? Like, why are we so caught up in this ignorant stuff and not believing in the intelligence anymore? That's weird. The one thing that kid said, he said, I don't mean to call him a kid. The young fellow that I just shared. I think I got him by like 10 years, so that give me the right to call him a young fellow. When he said empathy without logic, and I was like, yeah, that's dope right there. Like, now that's kind of what I've been, you know, practicing or educating even my own son on, empathy versus sympathy. It's okay to care, um, you know, but empathy is more you taking it to your heart. Sympathy is more you're explaining it. You know what I mean? Like, I feel you, but you know what I mean? Like, I can't take that hate in my heart. Like that's what I've been trying to explain to a lot of people when it comes to, you know, Trump derangement syndrome. Like, it's like, nah, we supposed to be saying, Trump, that you 2020 you said a platinum plan is what you're going to come out with. So we need you to cut the check. You know what I'm saying? And it is specifically for foundational Black Americans. You know, all the immigrants that's here was able to establish themselves, and he's like, I'm going to bring more of my own kin folks over here, but you know, we as foundational Black Americans, we helped y'all, and it's like, yo, you see that we've been getting trampled on. Our families is at, like, you know, 2 out of 3 Black children are growing up in single parent homes. Like, that's not a good statistics. That's 66% or more, 70%. And you see it in the family courtrooms and stuff like that. Like, it's whack. That's not how we grow. You know what I'm saying? We grow by building. Right? So I'll be back to explain some more. Spit some more hip hop, right? Knowledge will begin until I finish this song, cause the rhyme gets rougher as the rhyme goes on. You sweat as you step about to get hype, or should you just listen to the man on the mic? You physically here with me, but how could you tell if it's meant to be hip hop if you're not mentally as well? Wow. There it is. Some more Killer Priest loops in the background that I got. But thanks again. One God, our Father, all the time. Hip hop, a life, loved one. That's God is love. Hip hop is life. Time is, it's a beautiful thing. You know what I mean? Recognize that. Money, that's nothing more than a fourth dimensional illusion. Really doesn't exist, because it's hip hop. You can call it economics if you want, but it's hip hop. That's the art of making the most out of life. Harmony, happiness, and peace is what I wish and pray for you all. One, God is understood.